Welcome to the Empowering Industry Podcast, a production from Empowering Pumps and Equipment as the voice of the pump and related equipment industry. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Empowering Industry Podcast. I'm your host, Charli Matthews, and I'm so excited to be here. I love this time of year. I feel like energized and excited about everything. But our guest here is one of those road warriors. I've been trying to connect with him since Texas Water, so I'm really excited to have him on here. Just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, Brad. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I'm Brad Hitselberger. I work for Industrial Flow Solutions. I've been in the water industry going 6 years, maybe 7 now. I'm starting to lose track, but it's a good thing. So it's always changing. But I got in the water industry after actually coming into right out of college into a gas turbine industry, and actually went into the water industry with not knowing anything about it. And I got an engineering degree. Didn't really learn too much about water in school, and then just kind of by luck, and chance, getting into it and kind of ran with it. I knew
What
that
type
I
of
really liked it.
engineering? What type of engineer are you? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I went to East Carolina University and I got a Bachelor of Science in Engineering. And the way they do it is you focus in on one concentration. So I did industrial and systems, but it was great because I kind of got exposed to controls. I got exposed to mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and then industrial and systems was kind of the one I did all my later classes on in my last year. So it was an awesome program, but it gets you exposed to everything. But you don't really learn too much about the water industry in college, which I really think you should, because that's how I got into it. And I just got into it by chance, and I really love it.
Yeah, I think that is something that we do need to, kind of continue to talk to our universities about and how they exposure, because definitely in the water space, it's industrial as well, right? So there's a lot of pieces there. Um,
Yeah.
so kind of back to getting into the pump industry and your job now, is it around kind of the industrial or municipal market?
Yeah, so I am titled as Business Development Manager for IFS's products. So IFS is kind of formed in 2017, maybe 2016, but formed from legacy products, BJM and Stancor, which is on the pump side, but they kind of play in different verticals. They play in more the commercial and industrial vertical. And then IFS has been growing and expanding and doing acquisitions of companies. And that's where my position kind of got created, because they've made a few acquisitions with certain companies and kind of gobble these up that play more in the municipal sector. So that's where I focus on growing that municipal sector. I focus on building our product portfolio, basically building loyal customer base, doing strategic planning, and then executing it with our team.
Yeah, I love any. I guess it's the strategic planning part, just the strategy of all of it, of business development. I love that because you do help the direction of the company by talking with your clients or potential clients. So I love that part of the business.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious a little bit more. So Industrial Flow Solutions, if everybody doesn't know I can't remember what that acronym is. Maybe it's acronym. But anyway,
IFS, yeah.
so Industrial Flow Solutions, IFS, and y'all have been a partner at Empowering Pumps and Equipment for a while. But can you
Right.
tell our audience just a little bit more about what they do?
Yeah, so we have about 5 brands or so. I focus more on three or four brands that focus more on the municipal side, but these legacy brands that were in the 80s have been around for a while. So we're actually located, manufacturing, headquarters, engineering, upper management. Everyone's up there in New Haven, Connecticut. I myself, I'm remote because I'm always on the road, but everything's made, manufactured in the USA, which is really great these days. But we're mainly a pump manufacturer, but we also are getting it. We're controls as well. We do a lot of things with our Clearwater acquisition. That's a lot of IoT type stuff and smart solution type stuff as well. So it's a global company that's growing though, because with these acquisitions, now we have manufacturing in Italy. We have a controls division in the UK, and then in France we also have manufacturing as well. So our main focus for what I do is in the US. But then, it's a global company that's kind of exploding, and the growth is awesome to be a part of.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as we're kind of talking through this, I mean, one thing I want to talk a little bit about is what I've been seeing you do. So, like, I've seen the demo trailers going out and the trainings. Like, have y'all developed products specifically for that? How is that coming
Yeah,
together? I guess. I mean, we see it through social, but can we dive into it here?
yeah, we can dive into it because I deal a lot day-to-day stuff with our Overwatch, which is our direct inline pumping system. And it's something that, we wanted to have a sales tool that we could go out and show people about. Because this is a product that it's not really a novelty. It's really it's not like, you're making your phone skinnier, and it's not a commodity basically, is what I'm trying to say. It's something that's long lasting, and it's really innovative. So when you explain that to someone, and when they get their eyes in and get to see it, it's a whole different ballgame than just listening to someone explain it. So by having that trailer, we were able to, go into customers and say, hey, here's the product, here's how it works, and then actually show them. So it's a full live trailer. We're able to bring it to utilities, municipalities, engineers, consultants, everybody, the whole breadth of the field in the municipal game, and teach them about the product. They can get hands-on experience with how it works. They can touch it, they can feel it. And it's really been a game changer for, how we're doing our approach to the sales strategy. So,
Well, yeah,
um,
I've seen too, just in general, like going to a facility because they're working, right? They're can take a small break and kind of learn these demos and then go back to work. I think that's a really interesting way, and I've seen it pick up lately, which is I
yeah,
don't know. Maybe the pandemic, we're like, oh, please let me come to your facility, and then like, well,
yeah.
what are you bringing me? Maybe.
Yeah, no, so just teaching people about what's out there. I mean, if you don't look around and get updated with new technology, then the world changes around you before you know it. And so being able to get that exposure to people that might not have it about what's changing in the wastewater and water sector with what our company brings, I think is very powerful. We've been road warriors with this thing. I think we've hit 1,600 people in about 23 states. So that's engineers, commercial, municipal, and industrial too. So all different sectors. But it's been great. I mean, it's been awesome to see people's response on it. When someone learns about it for the first time, they want to see it in action, and then you come back and you show them a trailer, a live demo with the generator, with the full control, how it works, how it can solve the issues that they have. That it's really priceless for them to, driving into that final sell that we actually are looking for.
So tell us a little bit more about what problems these products solve for our industry, right? Like, yes, you're bringing the demo, but what are you really helping people with?
Yeah, so I think it breaks down into a couple of different things. So with this Overwatch trailer, we actually have our deragger product, which is our Clearwater acquisition, and that's kind of integrated with our trailer. So this is a new release product that we've integrated with the Overwatch. So by combining those two separate silos into one, we're really giving our user more data, more powerful data that they can go back and do preventive maintenance with. They can go back and see how their pump station is performing. So that's really the deragger interface of this thing. And the deragger interface also allows, it's a really beautiful, seamless user interface. It's almost as like you're using your iPhone to scroll through and go through different apps and how you operate it. So it's really easy for people to use, and it provides different security levels of operation and stuff too. So it can do a lot of different things with that user interface that now becomes the controller of our Overwatch. As far as the Overwatch in general, it's a problem solver that no one else in the industry really has. There's four things that I kind of like to break it down into. Number one is the footprint and excavation depth. When we talk about this, we can save the end user and communities a ton of money by not drilling down deep into the ground with their normal traditional wet wells. With our Overwatch, we're able to provide that solution, reduce that precious real estate in the ground, and lift their pump stations up so they don't have to drill down as deep. Number two is the maintenance, and that's something that trailer does a great job of showing. Rags are a big issue today. Fats, oils, greases, rags, they congeal, go up and clog your normal submersible pump. And when they come to our pump, we have a technology that takes these rags one at a time. And if they do have an issue, they will spin into reverse with a patented impeller that exposes shredding knives on it. So it's beautiful for maintenance. The people that are actually doing the day-to-day work absolutely love it when they see it. And when we shove racks in the trailer and the live demo, that they go ecstatic. Number three, I think, is safety aspects of this thing. The safety aspects is the hydrogen sulfide gas. So that really gets exposed in the atmosphere, and at certain concentrations, it can become fatal. So by making the operators' lives easier, by not having to go out there as much for maintenance issues, and then if they are working in and around an Overwatch pump, they're not going to be exposed to that dangerous gas that is very scary. The fourth thing I would say is that odor control, because communities, we have to move water somehow, and these pump stations sometimes have to be built around communities that aren't in ideal places, and the odor of sewage gets out, and then the Overwatch system kind of solves all of that. So by integrating, I guess, the deragger and Overwatch with that trailer, it really shows all aspects of the complete integration of the product, which I think is awesome.
Yes. And I think that just being able to provide that full solution to everyone, right? That is what people are looking for, right? Not just one product. They want somebody that understands their business and can really tell them, how this whole system works, and
Right.
how to. I think about that. There's some, going to sporting events and different things. You kind of smell the sewage, and you're like, they've got a problem here. We need to call somebody in to fix this. And so I guess I'm acutely aware of this, which I'm sure you are too. But it's fun to know that we have solutions and that we can provide these municipalities with resources. The training, absolutely. The products are there. What's next for you guys? Do you have something on the horizon?
I mean, we're working on a ton of projects, and that's the good thing about industrial flow solutions. We are nimble, and we can work on projects at a fast pace, get a lot of people together, and get a lot of people that have very good ideas outside of the box thinking. And there's different things that we're working on. Some of our selector tools that we're working on is going to be awesome for the municipal market. Getting customers information and getting it fast is what people want these days. And that's something that our new selector tool that's going to be online coming out soon is something that's going to be a real game changer for us, I think. I think our getting people trained up on the product as far as building our channel development on our municipal side, we're doing things like internal things like hosting master classes, inviting them to our factory and teaching them how it works, how it benefits the customer, what to look out for, what problems this can solve for them. And spending a few days getting people up to the factory, seeing how our pumps are built, and how they're doing, I think is priceless. So those are a few things. I know they're constantly doing stuff, and the trailers is really what's driving a lot of this business in the municipal on our Overwatch and deragger side. So it's awesome.
Well, I know you are out and about. You've been to several events. We talked about Texas Water. That was definitely a huge show, and loved all the exposure. I missed it this year, so I got to live through everyone else. Thank you for posting, everyone. The other thing, I'm just wondering kind of what on your circuit, do you have anything else coming up where people can find you?
Yeah. I would say you can find me on LinkedIn. I think it's Brad Hitselberger on LinkedIn. If you do the / Brad Hitselberger, I should pop up. FlowSolutions.com, you can reach out. I did want to put in a plug though for a BJM line, which is more in our municipal stuff. So this is something we're expanding our hydraulic range in. So it's very exciting. If you want to learn more about that, we're going to be able to have different impeller styles, have different, we're going to be able to have different hydraulic ranges that a lot of competitors might not be able to get to. So that's something we're working on our engineering side too. If you want to learn more about that, reach out to me on LinkedIn or reach out through our company website as well.
Awesome. Okay. So I can't let you go with this. I have to do a little rapid fire. So I'm super interested and I really just love throwing out some random questions. So the first question is, what is your favorite book?
I don't read too many books. It's more articles, and I read a lot on the internet before I go to bed. I spend a lot of time on Reddit, and I learn a lot of things on there. So I'll join subreddit groups like one of the interesting ones I'm in right now is like is an AI one where they're talking about artificial intelligence, and you can learn from people that deal with it every day. So I read more of like people's user experiences and stuff on things that I'm interested in, and whether it be Reddit or articles on our Market Watch or anything like that. So not too much into the books. I'm more of an article and internet person.
I love that. And it makes me think of Patrick Hogue, who was the first engineer that told me about Reddit. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, that makes sense. And just figuring out, like, I went in there and there's so much information on Reddit.
There's so much, and you learn from people. You don't know who. It's all anonymous. So you could be talking to a CEO at a billion-dollar company and having a conversation, and you're learning so much from them. So it's really powerful, I think.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Favorite music or band?
I would say, I went with my girlfriend a few weeks back to the Mount Joy concert, and they're a great like indie rock band that's coming up, and they're awesome. They're good to see live. Yeah, check them out.
I'll have to tell my husband. He loves outdoor concerts and that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. And then best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received. I feel like it's something I probably learned early on in my career. It's more like why you do it's not what you do, it's why you do it. So if you can combine those two things of what you do and why you do it, you can really stand out. And I think it's something that I try to take with me, especially being in the water sector, and try to carry that with me every day. Why are we doing this? And it's really to help out the community in the long run and help out people's lives. And that's one of the opportunities that led me to IFS with their products, which I think is awesome as well, because their products are innovative that do help out people's lives. So it's about what you do and why you do, and just making that known.
I love that. Okay, there's one more, and this is, if you were going to give advice to a young person coming into the industry, what would you say?
I would say take all the stretch opportunities you can get. You might think you want to do engineering, you might think you want to do management, project management, or you might think you want to do upper management one day or outside sales. But I feel like you don't really know until you take those stretch opportunities if someone asks you to do it. Even if, don't look at it like you're not getting paid for it, because you'll get paid for it in the long run with that experience. So don't say no to new opportunities, and take anything that you can get as far as stretch opportunities go to balance you out and diversify your experiences.
I love that. So, Brad, thank you so much for your time. I have enjoyed this conversation, and thank you, IFS, for being an awesome partner of ours. Everybody else, if you have not, please subscribe to the podcast, share it, send it to your friends. It's really easy. You can just copy the link and share. I do it all the time. And so I look forward to hearing from you. Just send us anything. You can send me an email. You can talk to us on LinkedIn, talk to Brad on LinkedIn. And I guess until next time, everybody, be empowering.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Charlie.